Hey, this is Will with at Because Bitcoin. I'm an analyst at Because Bitcoin. And if you guys could like and subscribe right up here, maybe over here, we would greatly appreciate it. We're going to kind of discuss how to read charts, and I would say in a sense to kind of read tops, read bottoms, so on and so forth through volume versus candlestick patterns. So if you notice my chart, I basically have three things on. One is volume, two is stochastic, three is RSI, right? So if you look at these from an indicator standpoint, if you were to come here to indicators, you would type RSI. You would then just go with the first one, relative strength index. If you were to come in and you were to try and find stochastic, same thing. It's just going to be STOCH. And you're going to pick the first one right here, stochastic RSI. And then from there, you can go ahead and let's say you don't have the volume indicator. You can basically come here and type volume, and you can basically find volume and put volume in. If it's not on, of course. And those things should be right up here. If I were to turn volume off, that's volume off, that's volume on. These are your indicators over here. This is how you turn them on, turn them off. So getting into the chart, we have this low bear market. What do we notice here with the bear market is a few things. We have a lot of moving and oscillating with the stochastic. We also have the RSI starting to build long, right? We have the price movement kind of going up. We have low volume. Volume is not really there. So if we were to take the chart from this standpoint, we can actually take a replay just to kind of cut this off so nobody gets confused on what's going on here. And we could say this is all we see right now on the chart. So we have a spike, right? So what you tend to look for in a market for a top or a bottom of the move is you're looking for a spike of the move. So we look for a spike. So we have a spike. We have a spike at the high, right? So what are we looking for? We're looking for a reversal move. If you're spiking at the bottom, you're looking for a reversal move. Now, here's the thing that can try to tell you that the reversal is coming, right? So price spikes up, but volume doesn't really move. If you look at stochastic is extremely high in this zone. You've also got RSI pushing the upper zone of the RSI. So you're probably looking to cool down from here. So from here, you could technically say this is the top. Right here, were you able to identify the bottom necessarily? If you were in that price zone specifically, I would say kind of, right? You kind of could identify a bottom. You have lowering volume. This means that you're kind of rolling out. And keep in mind, the lower the volume gets, eventually you're looking for a reversal of the move. So if you're at the high, you're looking for a reversal down. If you're at the low, you're looking for a reversal up. So because we're at the low from the high, we're looking for a reversal up. That's basically what the market gave us. The market gave us a reversal up. And then from that reversal up, we ended up overbought by stochastic standpoints. RSI, we still had some room on the RSI, but we started a V right here, right? You started to kind of run sideways. That's telling you that, hey, we're not really looking to do much here. And you're also losing volume, right? You're losing volume again at what? At the high. So because you're losing volume at the high, what do you get? You get a big reversal move, right? So you're going to move back down. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people don't see this coming. They don't know that's going to go this deep. Yes, granted, yes, I can agree with that. But if you were to look for a reversal down, you would take a trend, you would run the low, you could have taken positions all across this lower trend, right? If you just came in here and blindly bid this trend, you would have gotten the best possible prices from the way this skinned out. Now, keep in mind, this is what we call a build short position, right? When the market builds short, the market is looking to go long. So we have a broadening wedge kind of forming here, and that's basically these higher highs, you get lower lows, and from there, typically a broadening is a breakout, right? And so we're basically coming into resistance. We start to violate the broadening right in here, and we're starting to pop right over here. Now, keep in mind, our volume is very, very low up here, right? We don't have much volume. So again, we're probably looking for a reversal down, but the likeliness is because we're starting to press the upper zone, we're starting to violate this upper broadening, we're probably going to break out. So we then go ahead and we play into the move. Market pulls back. And again, right here, you're above the broadening, right? We're still dead on volume. Volume is not really there. It's not really present. Most of our volume play was here, right? So because most of our volume play was here, what you should take from this is that the market has probably hit a low, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be the lowest low, but it has hit a low. So when you get a dramatic spike like this in price, think of it like momentum is falling down and somebody's stepping in to try and catch the falling knife. This is why the spike here is so significant. And if you notice, the buy up here is pretty good, but we're seeing volume drop, right? This means that a lot of sellers got washed out here, right? There's a lot of sellers out of the market now. And now what we've mostly got here is buyers. And so the likeliness of us just floating up and continuing to float up is very likely, because a lot of the people that sold in this zone are pretty much all the sellers, right? You do still have sellers present. That's why you're kind of getting some resistances, but most of your sellers have sold the bottom of this move. And now they're looking for re-entries, right? Typically, the market does not give you that opportunity. So once you end up selling out of one of these positions, the market tends to not want to come back to let you do that twice, right? It has done it as far as where the market dropped over here originally, but we'll discuss that moving forward. So let's go ahead and move into the play. Keep it pushing over to the side here. And now we're starting to see what? We're starting to see exponential price action movement. So before we can even say, okay, this is very bearish, we see volume doing what here? We see it rising, right? We see volume rising, we see price rising. What this is indicating to me is that there's interest in bidding, right? So bidding is occurring, and bidding will bid until volume drops, right? So we're gonna continue to watch volume build here and see where we're looking for that drop in momentum. Boom, look, we are continuing to bid here, right? Bidding higher and higher and higher. So we need to continue to keep bidding the move. And look, we are continuing to bid here, and we are continuing to rise. This is what we call parabolic movement. This is where the market's pretty much in a feeding frenzy, and it's just continuing to bid and bid and bid and bid and bid and speculate and talk about prices that are pretty much obscene in most cases. Market's done bidding. And now we are getting what? We are getting some pullback, right? Volume's pulling back. So what this is telling us is right in here, as we can see by these red candles, my whites are red, is we're starting to catch resistance, right? So we're probably looking for a good pullback to occur at some point here due to that. We have volume dropping. We have stochastic. Now here's the issue. We have stochastic bottoming, right? Stochastic bottoming is telling us like, hey, we could be popping up again, even though, we're looking like we're catching resistance. We also have RSI very, very overbought. We have a bearish div here on the RSI. Price coming down. We have price going up. That's your bear div. And basically we need to continue to watch this move because it's going to roll over at some point, and we're gonna look for that rollover for a re-entry. So price is going, and now we're really catching that resistance, right? So if you wanted to view this from this position, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, we have so much resistance here, right? We're looking to come back, and we're probably going to come back to somewhere where we first incurred that resistance, right? So we're going to continue to play through, and boom, we hit the price zone. Look at that, right across the bottom. So it's right where we were going to hit that resistance. That's where price came back, and it just continues to go. Now, what do we notice here? What do we notice here? What are we noticing? Well, we're noticing that price continues to respect that original position, right? It's just respecting it. And what is it doing? It's building off of it, right? It's building off of that move. So now we're up here at the highs. So this is your Bitcoin high. This is your Bitcoin low. Now, we respected the previous low. Now, keep in mind, I'm not sitting here thinking about where price is at. I'm just reading the chart as it's going. It's not me speculating because, oh, this is hindsight or anything like that, because I didn't even know where we were here, honestly, in the chart. So I was just looking at where price was occurring, right? So we got the bear div here. Price played the bear div, and then we caught the support basically where we originally got resistance, right? So this was the beginning of the first resistance. We came back down, we retested that resistance. Price wanted to bid more. How did we get to know that price wanted to bid more? Well, there's a few things here. We have patterns. We have a lot of different things playing here. But again, we go back to volume, right? Volume up here is very low. What are we noticing right here? A big volume spike. And not only a big volume spike, we're noticing that volume is dropping. You also have a falling wedge. You also have a bottom stochastic. You are also in a bid zone for the chart on the RSI. You have a lot of things here telling you reversal, right? So, and you're also sitting at support of the previous fall down. From there, you're looking for a reversal back up. You now have moved the market back up. And not only have you moved the market back up, we're continuing to see what? Volume dropping, right? So volume is dropping and we're moving towards the high. What's more than likely going to happen? We're going to reverse, right? The market's going to reverse. So now we're up here at the high. Everybody's talking about bid, bid, bid. Where is your move that's telling you you're not going to bid, right? Where's your invalidation? Your invalidation is the second you break support. That's your invalidation. If you were going to bid here, be a bull. It's fine. But once you break support here, price is going to come back. Now, here's the thing. 3 times the charm. You start retesting this low again, you're done. It's going to break it. And this is where a lot of people were sitting there like, oh, no, triple bottom. It's good. We're good. Once we started getting to that point, completely off sides. Now, where should we look for a move? Well, volume started technically dropping right about here. So we should be looking for a move off of this low, right? At least at minimum. And we did see a reaction here, right? Look at this buy up. Look at this buy up. We saw a reaction right there, but we're already under resistance. A lot of people are playing this as if it was going to break out. This is going to move into a 1, 2, 3 structure. 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3. It already occurred. Just in a double top. A lot of people don't know how to identify a double top. They'd rather try and play it on something that's not. So where's the other red flag? Well, the other red flag is this. Look, again, another bear div on a bigger time frame, and you're dropped down right there. You have less strength here, more strength here. That's telling you you're in a deviation, right? And that deviation is basically stating, hey, you're going to roll over from here because you have strength is interest. Think of it like that. Strength is interest. The stronger the move, the more interest on the price zone. So buyers here were very interested in this price at this zone, right? They were very interested. That's why RSI, got where it got. But over here, buyers were not interested in that same price anymore, right? Buyers were less convicted. How can you tell that? RSI, right? So price then pulls back, rolls in, again, dropping volume, right? Dropping volume. So we're looking for a reversal. We are looking for a reversal. Let's go and play it out. Now, what did they do here? They got back above support, right? They got a lot of people all over again, re-interested in price. But if we look at volume, right? Volume here is topped. It's literally topped. You cannot interest people in buying in, right? So there's a lot of resistance here. And again, we come back to strength. We're lower strength, but we are also lower price. So a lot of people are believing that this thing's going to go back up. We're starting to retest the lows. So let's go and play it through. Now, here's your first red flag. Your first red flag. Price did what here? It body candled below, right? Body candle below. Now, what did price do here? It spiked, right? So what this is telling me is that, one, we got below support, which is very bearish. 2, they're trying to catch this falling knife. They're trying to slow it down, right? They don't want this thing to just full on just flood. So there's a lot of buying and selling in a single candle. So we're probably going to catch the falling knife a little bit here, right? So price does what? It consolidates, right? Because the big spike, that's a consolidation zone, and we're seeing that in volume, right? Volume is telling us that. Look, no volume here, lots of volume here, right? So we're catching a move here. We're catching a bid. These are our 2 price zones. But right now, price remains stuck here, right? Between this small zone. So this price is basically price that needs to be recaptured later. We then see price come down. Boom. They're trying to go for it. They're trying to go for it. They're trying to go for it. And what do? They're failing. Not only are they failing, volume is dropping, right? Volume's dropping, stochastics overbought. Yes, RSI is oversold, but stochastics overbought. So there's a lot of things telling you, hey, we can go down more. Now, here's the thing. Volume is doing what here? It went back up, right? They're trying to prevent the drop here. They're really, really trying to prevent the drop here. We continue to see it. Boom, right? What happens? Volume continues to rise as they're starting to drop. So what we're probably seeing here, and we'll play it out and show you in real time, right? So you can see right here, high volume, right? High volume, reversal, reversal. Up here, low volume, drop, right? Up here, no volume, right? You're going to drop. So you had low volume, higher volume, reversal, no volume, drop, right? And then we continued to stay no volume all the way through the drop, right? Until we got to here. Now, the trick is that here, this price can go as deep as it wants, but they're starting to catch it, right? They're starting to catch the move. That's where you're starting to see volume pick up really hard. So we're going to continue to play through. Now, what are we noticing with volume here? Before the spike here, what did we notice with volume? Volume was very low, right? Not only was volume low, you were at the low. So because you were at the low, volume was low, you're looking for a reversal. And that is exactly what we got, right? Now, keep in mind, we still have lower highs on volume, right? So this is less volume than what we were over here. This right here, and this is why a lot of bears got swept here, is because you had price increasing and you had volume decreasing, right? So a lot of bears got swept there because of that. Now, they flip this up and a lot of bears don't accept it. So we're going to watch them flip it up. So what we're seeing here is we're seeing price increasing and volume dropping, right? Volume's dropping. So we don't want to see that at the highs, and that's why we're looking currently for a reversal move here at the highs. Because if you're moving up and volume's dropping, that's bearish, right? Because you're going to reverse. Just like if you're moving down and volume's dropping, that's bullish. Price is going to reverse. So we'll continue to play through. We're continuing to catch bids in these zones. Now, we could see we're catching a bid based off of support, round top, continuation. Support, round top, and I'm expecting another continuation, right? Because price has not fallen off a cliff yet. So we're going to continue playing through and see where we're at right now. So this is where price is right now. Now, a lot of people are being really bearish here, but what did we just say this was right here? What did we just talk about? We talked about support, right? And we could say, yes, we violated. We also violated here, right? It also got violated here. But the fact is that support helped. And yes, we can dip down pretty low, probably retap this zone right here. But we're going to come right back up and make our last move, in my opinion, because volume hasn't completely fallen off a cliff yet. We're still in that downtrend currently. And because we're in that downtrend, we're looking for volume to literally just die, right? Once that volume dies, then we're looking for reversal move back down into an ABC until we catch another spike in volume. Now, keep in mind, every time, what are we noticing across the board? Well, we're noticing volume changes, right? It changes by what? It changes by interest. Lowest volume, even though these were our reversals, right? This is our reversal. Much higher volume up here at the high for our reversal, and much higher volume over here, again, for our reversal, right? And we're looking to trend it back down until we end up into a dead zone, which could mean that Bitcoin could do this for a while and then roll back into a lower zone while dead volume's there. And if dead volume's there on a lower zone, we're looking to move up again. This is why you can never take things on face value and believe that somebody's like, oh yeah, we're just going to go up only. It's not a thing. You can see here, I showed you many ways the market and the chart moves in waves, right? It moves in high interest zones into no interest, in the high interest zones into no interest. And that's how the market moves in a wave that you can identify and make money. Thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. Again, like, subscribe, one of these corners. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Be sure to go check out becausebitcoin.com for all things cryptocurrency related news. We incorporate and add the latest news of crypto every single day, up to 3 or 4 articles. So go be sure to subscribe. At the very bottom of the page, you can sign up to our newsletter. Be sure to go check out our investing reports. You'll find that over at the becausebitcoin.com/premium. These are all curated by our seasoned analysts for you to stay ahead of the financial markets so you can make informed financial decisions. Again, be sure to go check it out at becausebitcoin.com/premium.